Okay, right away, a quick reminder that we listen and we do not judge. Some of you already know this, but I've been doing written book reviews for a number of years, primarily the spicier genre of books. Now, funny thing is, I don't like giving recommendations to people for no other reason than everybody has like their own palate and their own taste and flavors and all of the things. What one person finds mildly spicy, another one might find extremely spicy, so it's very subjective. Now, I will be the first to admit that the books I personally like to read the most and do the most reviews on tend to be of the spicy genre. Usually a Why Choose novel, and they tend to touch on a lot of very dark things. Some of them have minimal plot, some of them have a decent plot, some have great world building, but they are definitely filled with spice. Now, if you tell me it's in the world of fantasy and fairy tale, say no more, I am all over it. Now, if that is not your cup of tea, that is totally okay too. Don't drink the tea, keep scrolling. If that is your cup of tea, then pull up a seat, my friend, and let's chat. The first series in the overarching Make Games universe is something of exquisite, sinful beauty. Now, the books I'm talking about today are these ones right here by Loraine and Meg Ann, and oh my fucking God, these books have some serious spice. And I don't mean just one style of spice, it is all of the styles of spice all rolled into an entire series. This is dark. This is really dark. This is fantasy. This is fairy tale. This is Why Choose, and it is one woman to four guys. This is a literal spice buffet if you are into all the spice. Now, this female character, she has got at her beck and call a dark and devilish vampire prince, an Asgardian demigod, a very primal wolf shifter, and a vampire priest who is absolutely sinfully wonderful. Now, the moment I found out about this book series, I immediately went and got them all on Audible and binged this hard. And the audio version of these books are done by an incredible full cast of some of the best voice actors I think I have ever heard on audiobook before. And the way they get into character is hot enough to make you literally melt in all of the best ways. Now, as you can probably guess just by looking at the covers of these books, each book is based around a specific relationship that the main character, Sunday, has with each of her mates. And she has four mates, so there are a lot of opportunities for a lot of different types of relationships to form, and they all definitely help to scratch the itch that she has. Sometimes she gets to work one-on-one with some of her mates, other times she maybe works with two-on-one, other times it's all four, and it is incredible. Now, when I finished this book series, I was literally craving more from these authors, and I was stoked to find out that there's an entire separate series that's in the same universe as this one, and it continues on with some of the side characters that you meet in the first series. Now, overall, I would definitely give this entire book series a solid 4.5 out of 5, just because some of the dialogue here and there definitely took me out of it just a little bit. But overall, I absolutely had a blast listening to this. I am going to sit and probably reread it because it's always a different sort of vibe when you read it versus listening to it. But I cannot get these voice actors out of my mind. It is just, they are beyond. Now, in terms of spice level for the entire series, I would definitely give this almost a 5. It's not quite there. I have read some books that are just one notch above what the series does for me. However, it is still extremely spicy. The first couple of books are, I would say, closer to maybe a 4 out of 5 stars in terms of spice levels. But once you get further in, and Caleb the priest, the vampire priest, once he gets involved a lot more, he is everything. He is definitely, like, out of all of the characters, and they're all fabulous, Caleb just is that's my kryptonite right there, which is very interesting because up to this point, I hadn't read any of the spicy priest books that are out there. And this one definitely made me hop on that bandwagon in a big way. Overall, I am super excited I found out about these authors. I cannot wait to listen to all of the books that they have on audio, especially because they use the same voice actors. And again, like, mm, mm, mm. So I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend, and I definitely recommend checking out these authors if you get an opportunity. The entire Make Game series is definitely a huge sort of series of series, and it is just so good and so hot and so spicy. And now I listened to this entire series with my partner, and we went back and forth between sort of reading bits and pieces to each other. It is definitely like very inspirational. Stay spicy and happy reading.